Okay, in this video, I'm going to show you how to create a owner meeting template and create owner meetings, either weekly meetings or bi-weekly meetings within Procore. I'm in the 1301 Sandbox Test project. The first step you want to do is go to the Meetings tab. You can see here that there's already been meetings created. They are categorized into different categories. You can see your construction kickoff meetings, safety meetings, and then it'll save each meeting in sequential order in each category as long as you're creating follow-up meetings. So you can see here owner meetings have yet to be created. We're going to base our owner weekly meeting on a template that we have included on the K drive. If you want to access that, you can go to the K drive, operations, KWA company forms, and there's an owner meeting minute template in there. This kind of just gives you a basic overview of what meeting agenda would look like. You can make it your own, though this would be a good starting point if you want to take a look at that. I'm going to open Procore back up. First step to create your first meeting is to click on the Create Meeting button. Okay, and then you want to create a completely new meeting. Okay, and in this case, we're going to have a weekly owner meeting. You want to set the date the first time for your first meeting date, a start time, and an end time, and then your meeting location, and then just a brief overview of what the meeting is about. You don't want to attach any files at this point. And then you can set your scheduled attendees for your field team, owner, architect, the people that you expect to be at each meeting. That can be changed at a later date, though whatever you set here at your first meeting will continue to copy over and save you the time from having to add to each meeting. For simplicity, I'm going to just add myself, for example. Then you hit the Create button. Okay, so here's your agenda for meeting 1. So the first step when building out your template for your meetings is to go through and create categories. And so categories are the top level items such as schedule, outstanding issues, and so forth that show up. And then you'll have each individual subsection underneath. So I'm going to create just a few of the basic categories just to show you how it works. Okay, so for simplicity, I'm just going to leave it with those. So you can scroll down, you can see that it doesn't place it in the exact order you entered them. So you can click on the 3 gray lines as the handle on the left, and you can drag and drop these into the correct order. So we're going to drag schedule up first, and then we're going to want outstanding issues second, and then say payment application third. One step, they add a uncategorized items automatically at the bottom. That's usually not used. I would go ahead and hit this red X and get rid of that item. Okay, so now that each section is built out, you can add items to each area. So you click the Add Item button and say under Schedule each week you want to discuss weekly progress. There'd be no assignment or status, category priority to this individual item. And in the description is where you would discuss what has gone on this week. Okay, I'm going to save and create another. You can see it's still under the category schedule. When you hit add item next to a section, it's going to automatically choose that for you. Though if you want to go ahead and skip over to add an item to outstanding issues or another category, you can do so there. I'm just going to add one for exposures, let's say rain delays. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and save that. So you can see here that you've got 2 items within your schedule. I'm going to add one to outstanding issues. I'll just do it, just a general one. So in this case, if you wanted to add that assignment to your owner, you can. We'll choose our fake owner, and what that'll do is it'll just send them a reminder of a due date. Say you want to give them a month to have that finished. It'll just send them an email reminder that he has something assigned to him in a meeting that's still outstanding. You can set the priority here to high, because that would be a high priority item. I'm going to hit the save button. Okay, so you would go through and continue filling out all of your categories and your subcategories on each of these items. So if you want to go ahead and print out your agenda for the meeting to bring to the job site, at this point you'd hit the PDF button in the top right, and this would be the document that you would print out and bring to the meeting with you. Going back to the Meetings tab, you would also want to distribute the agenda. So this will email a copy of the PDF to everyone that's included on your scheduled attendees list. So once you're done creating your agenda and you're ready for the meeting to start, you want to go over here and click on the Convert to Minutes button. So during the meeting, you would leave it in minutes mode, and then it adds an additional section down here of official documented meeting minutes. You click on Add Minutes. This is where you type in the minutes during the meeting. Okay, so once you're done with that, you want to scroll down and you can hit Save. So that's going to add your minutes. You can continue adding your minutes down on each item. So once the meeting's over, you're done with your minutes. If you're on site and you want to go ahead and export to PDF and print a copy for everyone, you can do so. Or if you want excuse me, to email this out to anyone that's not on the scheduled attendees list, you can do so. And then the final step would be to distribute your minutes to close out this particular meeting and email everyone that was a scheduled attendee. One step that I did miss, under scheduled attendees, it'll automatically add and repeat this every week. You can select if they're present for distribution and so forth. Okay, so going back to our Meetings tab, you can now see that the weekly owner meetings have started in sequence. If you're ready for the next week's meeting, you click on the View button, and you're going to want to click on Follow-up Meeting. So this will create owner meeting minutes number 2. You want to change the meeting date to the following week. All the rest of the information will stay the same. Any scheduled attendees you can add here if additional people are going to attend the meeting. And here, so you would go in and then you edit. Say now framing is started. You can type in framing and hit save. I'll go through and change each individual item on that screen. So once you're ready for this to be distributed or printed, you can go up here and then you can distribute your agenda, and that will email it out to everyone on the list. And once it's emailed, then you can click again on the PDF button and then print out that PDF to bring to the job site. When you're ready to convert this to minutes, for your meeting, click Convert to Minutes. And then I'm going to come down and say, under Schedule, let's say concrete was delayed. I'm going to save that minute. And for example, you'll see down at the bottom when you edit that it gives you the option to carry over minutes from the previous week. Procore automatically does that when it prints out the PDF. so you don't have to click on that option. I'm going to set the attendees as present, and I'm going to distribute my minutes to email the PDF out to everyone that was on the schedule attendees. This is an example of the PDF they will receive. And you can see here that Procore set up to add previous meeting minutes from 4 previous meetings just so they can be tracked. That can be changed in the settings, how many weeks worth of minutes you want shown. So the documented meeting minutes for this meeting is listed here, and then last week's previous meeting, the first one we created in the tutorial, is listed below it. If for any reason you want to change that settings, you can just go to the main meetings tab, go to configure meeting settings, and then under number of historical minutes to show in PDF, you can change this to 0 if you don't want those shown, or you can change it to 10 if you want the last 10 weeks of notes to be shown on that PDF. You also want to make sure the show historical meeting or minutes in old business, the check mark is checked, or it will not show the previous week's meeting minute notes.